streaks in that system,
Yeah.
then it's very difficult to understand, am I allocating my 10 points against the score streaks or not? And the answer was no. So we actually very deliberately kept it a separate thing so you could never go, hey, is this part of pick 10 or not?
I gotcha.
So that's why we did that.
Speaking of pick 10, there's a question, again, I think I might know the answer, but I will ask you, is can you use 2 primary weapons at the same time, or you have to use a wild card?
Yeah, you have to use a wild card in order to have 2 primary weapons, but you could also, of course, ditch your secondary for a primary that you find on the ground.
Gotcha.
I'll show you that wild card if you want when we get back here in 19 seconds.
This is a good question, I think. Zombie and multiplayer ranks, are they somehow connected or not?
No, they're not.
All right. You got your zombie players over here, and you got your other players over here.
It is a good question. It's, you know, we're always looking to figure out at what point do you integrate those systems. I might die to this. Oh no, I was hoping I could show you that. Well, we got. That was embarrassing.
That didn't happen too good.
Okay, yeah. You're all fired, by the way, all of you. Just go ahead and clock out. Yeah.
The game's done, right?
Yeah.
You probably want to keep this one, obviously, if this is true, but I will ask it to see what you say. Can we expect to see any secret score streaks like the Moab?
Yeah, you'd like to know, wouldn't you? Listen, we don't have any game-ending score streaks in Black Ops multiplayer. I've joked about it with the community before, whether there is one or there isn't one. Right now, there's guys trying to figure that out. I don't want to give anything away. Let's just say there's some special nods to the past,
right on.
But nothing game-ending and nothing that would impact gameplay in any way, shape, or form. That's not something that we normally do.
There's another question here that I think leads to a perfect question of my own. They want to know when the season pass will be available for Black Ops 2. Can we talk about what comes in the box when we get it, like how many maps and all the usual stuff?
Sorry, make sure I understand the question. Sure. What the season pass is?
Actually, was going to hold that off until you told us what we get to start off with, and then I was going to ask you about the season pass. Yeah.
So which package specifically? The care package?
Not necessarily that. Just like so, when I put the game in, like how many maps are we looking at for multiplayer?
14.
14. That's a lot.
Yeah, 14 maps out the box, unless you pre-ordered, in which case you also get Nuketown 2025, which we'll look at in a little bit. You guys can start this game. We're going to actually cast from here so we can talk.
And not die over and over.
Yeah. Well. I'll make my class a little bit.
So we'll get to see it?
I happen to, right. I'll have you know I'm a world famous sniper.
Right on. We will watch, I mean, you got your gamer tag sitting right there next to that awesome helmet you got.
Yeah, this is Treyarch Vaughn.
That's how we find you?
Yeah, that's how you find me.
Right on.
Secure the objectives.
So this is Hijacked, and it's domination on Hijacked. This is a very pretty small map, all things considered. Not quite as small as Nuketown, but certainly pretty small, so very fast-paced. Domination's pretty intense on it, I think. There we go. So GameSpot Live has got the Ballista Iron Sight, so we'll see what kind of sniper he is. Nice, very good kill. So this is actually a really precision weapon. You actually have to get sort of upper chest and higher to get that one-shot kill on guys. But it's actually one of the fastest firing, and you can ADS it really quick. So I would expect the serious snipers the serious skill snipers to try to pull out the Iron Sight Ballista and show the world what they're made of. So you can see the hit indicators there because it's not precision shots required. It is possible to one-hit kill with it though, and you got to do a lot of work. One of the major changes that we made to kind of address this, how quick should you be able to scope conversation, was that the hitboxes on your chest are actually, there's 3 of them now. There's lower, mid, and high, nice. Plus neck and head. So with those multiple ranges, the quicker the gun is to be able to scope up, the more precision that shot has to be. So that's how we balance out that desire for players to be able to move and quickly scope a gun.
Now, especially on quick maps like that, those quick maps, where it's like the Nuketown, obviously, it's important to have that loadout set up correctly. So you basically got rapid, high, super fast fire guns.
Yeah, I would probably take a Scorpion with extended mags or possibly even a shotgun.
When-
I'm not brave enough to try with GameSpot Live is currently trying here. That's that takes some skill and/or some patience, of which I have neither.
Let's see what else we've got here from our folks. Now Prestige. You want to talk about that for a second? You guys full with that at all? Or
Yeah,
is it the same?
all done, all done, ready to go. Very different than the last game's Prestige, actually. So I've talked about it a little bit before. There's some big differences between Prestige and Black Ops 2 and Prestige and Black Ops. So in Black Ops 2, Prestige is not a complete reset, go back to level 1 and start over system. While you certainly go back to level 1, we don't lock all of the challenges and reset them. We don't actually reset your weapon progression. So let's say in this Scorpion Evo here, if you've got, say, two of the scopes unlocked, when you get back to whatever level that the Scorpion is available to you again, then those attachments are still there for you. So you can just kind of pick up and then continue the progression where you left it. So some big changes there to how that works. Additionally, the guns themselves are leveled up, and those have prestige levels as well. So you actually prestige weapons if you want. Every single gun can be prestige 2 times.
Nice. Now, that was that one, we saw that crazy rocket that came down and split apart.
Yeah, that was the Hellstorm. You can just sort of fly it straight into the ground, but you can also burst it. And he actually just threw a hunter-killer drone, which he'll throw, and it'll go out, take off, and then circle and target individuals who are not set up to counter it.
How much fun was it being able to do future weapons?
Yeah, so the great thing about being able to work with the future technology in inspiration, oh boy, is that you really gives you opens up some gameplay choices. So for me as a designer, what I really liked about being in 2025 is really that we could take a little creative liberty, take some technology that exists today that's being prototyped, and imagine what it would be like. So it lets us all pretend to be futurists or weapon designers. Obviously, we are neither of those things, but lets us get our game version of it together and up and running, and a lot of fun for us, and it lets us try a lot of ideas, not all of which made it, some of which you can see right now, including this target finder right here, with the vector with the target finder on it, which will. Okay, standing still, death to you.
I'll go back to that question that kicked us off on talking about those 14 maps. What do you guys got going on with the season pass?
So the season pass is actually a way for you to get ahead of the DLC. So buying the season pass actually gives you every DLC that will release, and it actually. I think it's actually a little bit of a discount at that point too. If you buy the season pass, you actually save a little money. So if you're going to buy the DLC anyway, you get the season pass, save yourself some money, have it all in advance, get it right, get it ready for you. Excuse me.
This is somebody that's been paying attention to all the kinds of stuff you guys have been saying. If they're picking up on this, apparently you've added extra controller sensitivity options.
Yeah, we did. I'll show it to you, and when we get back in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Remind me.
Okay.
So the sensitivity of the controller on the consoles has always gone from 1 to 10, and it's been that way forever. But what I noticed, particularly with competitive players, was I was surprised how low they set their sensitivity. Like, I was shocked by it because I always imagined that they would need to or want to actually be able to spin and turn on targets really fast. So they actually would set their not all of them. It's an individual choice. Everybody's different. But some of these guys would play with like 2 or 3 sensitivity, which is even lower than the default, which is normally 4. So what we did was actually increase the number of options in the low band. So now the sensitivity goes from 1 to 14. And while 14 is effectively the equivalent of 10, there's some new choices in the low range there, so you can kind of fine-tune. Now there's a medium small and a medium large as opposed to just a medium, right? So there's some new choices, 1 to 14. Why 14? I don't know. That's my fault. Maybe it should have been 1 to 15. You can blame me for that one. I did that one.
Whatever, 14 is just as good as number.
It's a great question. We did add some sensitivities. You'll see that the default's still 4. But you might want to experiment. If you normally play on a 6 or you normally play on a 2, you're going to have to figure out what the new settings that work for you are. This will be explained in the options menu. It'll be explained to you what the defaults are. It's not hard to do.
There's a question here that says, and I think I did read